Contrary to popular belief, you can lose weight without spending a lot of money while getting enough protein in to make sure your hard-earned muscle isn't lost. In today's video, I will show you how to make $1 breakfast burritos for the entire week that can be prepped in as little as 30 minutes and reheated in just 60 seconds. Let's get into it. Our meat is going to start a cascade of events that will make the perfect breakfast, so we will start with that. More specifically, we are making some breakfast sausage. For that, we need some 90-10 pork. This is the leanest cut of pork you can buy that is already ground up and is what is used in all types of sausages. It still stays juicy after being cooked and has a ton of flavor, especially after we add our seasonings. Speaking of which, throw 224 grams of pork into a medium bowl along with 5 grams minced garlic, 4 grams salt, 1 gram black pepper, 1 gram dried sage, a half gram dried thyme, 5 grams apple cider vinegar, and 10 grams sugar-free maple syrup. I love fresh garlic in this recipe over granulated garlic, but if you only have the granulated version, just add 1 gram for a substitution. Let's get our hands dirty and mix everything up until combined. You may be wondering what I did with my other half pound of pork, and I will use it when I make next week's breakfast burrito meal prep. However, to make sure it doesn't go bad, I will put it in a vacuum sealed bag and freeze it. Then I will take it out of the freezer to defrost about 2 hours before I'm going to prep my meals for the week. You can also just make a double batch of burritos and freeze whatever you won't use that week, which I will show you reheating instructions for later in the video. Now that our meat is ready, I will add 5 grams of avocado oil to a preheated pan on medium-high heat, followed by the breakfast sausage. Since we are working in a big pan, we want to spread out the sausage so it gets a nice browning on as much of the meat as possible. This is going to increase the overall flavor of the meat while also helping it cook faster. Don't touch the meat for 2 to 3 minutes, then check on it to see what it is looking like. Once it looks like this, it is time to flip. You can also tell it is ready from looking at the top side of the meat. Liquid starts to form on the surface, telling you to flip it. Flip over the sausage, and after 30 seconds to a minute, the meat is ready to be broken down. I like to use a plastic utensil to chop it up, specifically this meat chopper because it dices right through everything much quicker than just using a spatula. It is $9 and worth every penny. Once the meat is broken down into small bite-sized pieces like this, it is time to add it to a large bowl. Then we will put the pan right back on the stovetop on medium-low heat. Why aren't we cleaning off the fat from the meat? Because we will use that to add flavor to our eggs. While the pot cools to a lower temperature, let's add 5 whole eggs and 7 egg whites to another large bowl. I will be separating each egg by hand, but you can use the boxed egg white if you are okay spending a little bit more dough for a little bit more convenience. Add 3 grams of salt and 1 gram of pepper to the bowl and whisk the eggs together. Once finished, add 4 grams avocado oil to the pan, spread it around, and add the eggs. Using a rubber spatula, constantly mix the eggs so 1, you don't burn the eggs, and 2, you get nice fluffy scrambled eggs when finished. Once they have a little bit of liquid left and look like this, it is time to remove them from the heat and add to the bowl with the sausage in it. The eggs will continue to cook, and we don't want eggs that end up rubbery and dehydrated, leading to an inferior product. Our eggs should be properly hydrated just like us as human beings, and that's where today's video sponsor, Element, comes in to save the day. Hydration is very important for several functions and isn't just about drinking enough fluids, but having the right electrolyte balance too. Specifically talking about salt, there has been a growing body of evidence showing an optimal sodium intake of 4 to 6 grams, which is roughly 2 to 3 times higher than the current recommendation. And let me tell you, incorporating Element has been clutch during these hot summer months, especially in Texas where every workout I find myself drenched in sweat and needing to replace the electrolytes I just lost. It has become my post-workout routine to pour one of their sugar-free electrolyte packets in my water bottle, shake it up, and swig it down on the way home. Having optimal electrolyte balance can help you get better sleep, have more productive workouts, and improve cognitive function, all of which are very important to me. When you order through my link, you will also receive a free Element sample pack, so you can try every flavor to find your favorite. The best part is Element is so confident you will enjoy their product, you could try it risk-free. If you don't like it, they'll refund your order, no questions asked. Again, if you want to try it, my link is in the description. Give the sausage and eggs a mix to combine. This is where you could start making your own burritos if you want to save overall prep time, but I would rather wait 5 to 10 minutes to let everything cool down so it is easier to handle and shape the burritos. In the meantime, I will quickly clean my pan and other dishes I used in this recipe while I wait. When you are ready to build your burritos, lay 5 9-inch tortillas down. Then take 112 grams of 2% Colby Jack cheese and spread across 1/2 of each of the tortillas. I highly recommend recommend shredding your own cheese because the pre-shredded cheese tastes like you hocktood in your burrito. While great in some circumstances, this one isn't it. We will then take our egg and meat mixture and spread it evenly over the cheese of each tortilla. I find eyeballing the filling is close enough and saved me time. When I weighed them out during testing, all burritos were within 15 grams of each other and a majority of them were within 5 grams of each other. If you would like to weigh out each ingredient for each burrito, you can do that as well. To finish, take each burrito, fold in the sides into a Y shape, use your thumbs to make the first roll, and tuck the filling in. Then use your pinky fingers to fold in the corners, allowing you to tightly wrap the rest of the burrito. You should have a solid seal on the burrito, but if a little bit of filling is visible, no worries. Repeat that same process for the other 4 burritos. At this point, you could be done, but this channel is about Flavor Town, and I found doing this one step added a ton of flavor and only takes 3 extra minutes. All 150 of my other recipes have a ton of flavor as well, so if you want to join the thousands who have lost weight using them and get new recipes early, click the link in the pinned comment and use code E4CM for 10% off my cookbook. We will take a burrito and spray water onto the seam line of the burrito. Repeat this with another burrito and place both in a preheated pan on medium heat. You should hear an aggressive sizzle as soon as the burrito hits the pan. This tells you the pan is hot enough. I know I am one of the few weirdos with a water-filled spray bottle, so if you don't have one, you can also use a small bowl of water and a brush to wet the seal of the burrito. Then using a spatula, press down on the tops of the burritos for about 20 to 30 seconds each. Using this technique, the water will turn to steam, which will seal the burrito shut while creating a deep browning on the shell. After about 30 to 45 seconds, they should be brown, but check to make sure they are to your preference. Once they are, flip them without water this time and repeat the process until brown. This browning is going to give even more flavor to your burrito and is worth the extra couple minutes of your time. Do the same with the other 3 burritos and allow to cool on the counter. You can refrigerate for a week with no issue, but you can also freeze these in a vacuum seal for months and have a meal on demand. If reheating from the fridge, wrap each one in parchment paper and throw one right into the microwave for 60 to 90 seconds. If frozen, wrap in parchment paper and microwave for 3 to 4 minutes or throw a bare naked one in a 400-degree oven for 18 to 20 minutes, flipping halfway through. The oven will make for a much more crispy burrito shell, which I absolutely love as well.
Oh my god.
These make the perfect breakfast all week and cost less than $7 for all 5 burritos, but having multiple meals prepped is important to sustain fat loss over weeks and months. In this video here, I show you how to make burritos that also only cost $1 that can be eaten for lunch or dinner, taste delicious, and keep you losing weight every week. Until next time, deuces.